I know. Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Oh, good evening. I didn't even notice.
I just noticed right now.
The band shirts tonight, and Pugs Dread, who's
Namaste. What's up?
been MIA for a little bit there.
Work, WrestleMania,
Off to college.
Yeah. Made a quick trip to say what's up to Kane, and then I visited a Christian school. It was fun. And that's a shoot.
Made it worse. So yes, we are Flesh Wound Horror, and good to have you back, Pugs. We're gonna all be together in person. What's up, Punisher? What's up, Ghost in the chat? Gonna be in person soon. Not the next time you see us, because we have 2 live shows tonight. So, programming note first. We've got, of course, the horror show that you're watching right now. And then, shortly after Squared Circle Society, we will have a live interview with probably the most controversial man in all of pro wrestling today, The Body, the viral Dick.
It's the most viral dick in pro wrestling.
The most viral dick.
Suck it, Joey Ryan.
The streak is ended. The Body broke Joey Ryan's streak, and he is now the most iconic dick in wrestling.
Let's see if he can keep a job at Disneyland on the side.
Yeah,
I'm sure they could.
He gets his Jungle Cruise gig. That's the ultimate.
Jungle Cruising.
Oh my god.
That's gold.
Damn it.
That is gold. I smell a California 2 entrance coming. But yes.
My brain's working now.
I got bad thoughts too because of Mr. Fantastic. Like, it works out perfectly. But we can cross. Never mind.
What's up?
We're not even
Chris?
3 minutes in.
What's up, Chris, in the chat as well? Yes, guys. So we will have 2 live shows tonight. We will also have our theatrical horror show where we're going to be reviewing Nefarious, Pope's Exorcist, and Renfield this Friday night, late night. That'll be a late one.
I will not be here for that one, unfortunately. I do want to see all 3 of those fucking movies really bad. Damn it.
Yeah, Todd's pulling a 3 back-to-back.
I had the tickets ready to go, but my job fucked me. So
yes. What's up, Christian? Planet CHH in the chat. What up?
Oh, what up?
Oh, Christian is seeing Renfield tomorrow. I'm
mega excited.
Yeah, I tried to make everything time out. Tomorrow's Pope's Exorcist, and then I'm seeing Renfield and Nefarious back-to-back on Friday. So Todd's going to be in the theater for like 7.5 hours.
6 hours. I did the math. I've seen double features that I've had to sit in that theater for that length of time. They literally time out perfectly.
Yeah, that's a fucking light day for you, dude. Like, Dan's. I'm on mic. Can't say that.
I've seen Titanic and 2 other movies in one day. So come on.
Yeah, that is. Damn, Todd, you went to see Titanic. Isn't that weird seeing that one without a chick?
It's in 3D and in Dolby Cinema. I had no issue.
It's also a cinematic masterpiece, dude.
Right?
That is like mandatory viewing. If you get a chance to see it, go for it.
I didn't go see Love
Masterpiece.
Actually.
Yeah, Masterpiece. The real JC, one of his fucking gems.
That's a good movie. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but nonetheless, we'll have a long one because I think we're seeing probably Evil Dead and Beau is Afraid back-to-back. I know Beau's a long one. So
3 hours.
Okay, I probably won't do that, but if I can get away, I will.
So, guys, make sure you enable notifications because we'll be going live all over Hollywood starting on, probably the 18th, roughly, and throughout the rest of April. So, get to see us doing all sorts of wild, crazy shit. And there'll be some true crime stuff, some just general Hollywood stuff will be all over the place. So enable notifications and all that good shit. So with that being said, we'll get right into it. We do have a news bit tonight, which I thought was interesting. Kind of made me groan a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But
this bullshit is.
American Horror Story has a new cast member in Kim Kardashian. I was all in for Lady Gaga. It looked really, really awesome in American Horror Story Hotel, and maybe not the greatest actress in the world, but she had presence for the role.
Before you start shitting on this entirely,
well, come on, that's not the way Dan does it.
I understand. Paris Hilton was in a horror movie, and she was actually pretty good.
So maybe Paris Hilton. I don't know if she's a good.
It was still good in that movie. Maybe we'll get a Drew Barrymore type situation where we only see her for a little bit and then she gets offed. So I wouldn't get too butthurt just yet, Dan.
I think I'm more worried the other one.
What was the other one? I didn't hear any of this fucking news.
Emma Roberts.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I thought she was on the outs because of an ex.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. As long as they utilize her in a proper way, I agree. Paris Hilton played Paris Hilton essentially in House of Wax. So
her ass is whack. What was that? There he goes. Her ass is frightening. So the cast makes sense. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna behave.
It's a Franken ass. I'm not gonna behave at all. It's a Franken ass. I don't think. Wouldn't that be weird if Kim Kardashian watched this show and we just broke her heart?
Well, my buddy Edward Danzig will gladly marry you right fucking now. So I'm gonna do my boy a solid. Kim, if you're watching, hit us up. Yeah.
Is he into
come to California on the 22nd?
Yeah. If she was a pigmentation I preferred, I'd be down with that mutant.
Oh, pugs.
Did you miss me?
So anyways,
it's 2 shows.
Yeah. The next one, you might want to bring up that thing already.
I haven't heard anything about a particular theme this year. I really hope it's just kind of standalone again. But
I don't know. I think
I like last season.
Yeah, I think
the split.
The standalones are where I've been uninterested other than 84.
Well, I believe this is not the anthology series. But
no, it's not.
Wrong.
This is American Horror Story.
Yeah,
not stories. I actually am more interested in that one at this point than the main program.
You guys didn't like the cruising? Speaking of,
I did like that.
That was
a
good season.
That was
I was like, Tool.
I'm still stuck on the one before that I didn't like.
The split where it was fucking amazing until the last fucking episode of both stories. Stupid fucks.
Yeah, I think you like the second story a lot more than me.
Hope we haven't gone to Los Angeles yet, but that will start on the 18th, so you get to see all of us there. It's going to be awesome.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. That's awesome. Shap smear.
That's a boy. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
No.
They thought it
trendsetting before it got fucking.
No, here's a Home Alone fact. That's actually a picture of a boy because they thought it'd be too mean if it was a girl.
Yeah.
So
bitches can't take it. Soft fucking pussies.
I don't think the boys could take it now either.
Well, biological. I'm sorry. You have ovarian cancer.
I hope we don't get it canceled every now. That's not happening.
And I was worried about the second episode tonight.
Pug's been holding it in for months, apparently.
His hand was just shaking. I haven't made Dan sweat in
gotta get a few days
3
off,
weeks.
Dude.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It may not be that big of a deal. I just now here's the question: does she get naked like Lady Gaga did?
I mean, we've all seen it already.
I was going to say
not this version. This version was 78,
Yeah.
but
probably draws big ratings. I mean, I don't care to see it, but
it's a bold-faced lie, sir.
I guarantee my cousin's
Not
watching
my
every
type.
episode this year.
Nice.
Yeah, not my
Dude, she
type,
makes a
honestly.
gang fucking money with her stupid apps, and like, honestly, that family knows how to market. I can't hate too much. They are annoying though.
And they know
That
to
is
get one
true.
more for the good guys.
Oh, dude,
Right.
one of them's gonna take down fucking Bad Bunny. He's making a bad decision banging that bitch. Hit it and quit it, Bunny.
What's up, Jamie, in the chat? Got a
Howdy.
packed chat tonight. Good to see everybody. Some of you haven't seen in a while. Barney, what's up? Been a minute. All right. Well, without further ado, we'll jump right. Oh, wait, Todd, did you have something before we get
Yeah, I
into the
couldn't
movies?
remember what it was. There was some newsworthy bit. I don't know.
Okay.
Was the HBO Max thing? No.
Oh, yeah, Max.
I mean, we
Max.
could bitch about that, but I mean, it's been coming for a while. I mean, the Conjuring Universe series, that's kind of see what we're gonna get with that.
I'll watch it. I'm not really looking forward to it. Same thing with the Gremlins. I don't really give a shit. Should be cool.
I did that animation style. I didn't even hit play on the trailer.
I stayed away from the True Detective trailer because that's the thing I'm most excited for.
That one I think will be good. But
Issa Lopez, great director behind that one. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I still have to watch the rest of the Marshall Ali season.
You haven't finished that one? It's excellent.
I guess I should finally start the series. I've seen the only clip that matters from the first season.
You've never even watched season 1?
I want to give you shit so bad, but at least you saw that scene, Todd. Like, legitimately, it's one of my favorite fucking things. It's up there with Spartacus for me. But just the first season.
I planned to watch it, and then I pulled a Dan. Someone sent me the clip, and I didn't need to.
Oh, okay.
That's what Dan.
I think season 2 is fucking terrible, though. What? Like, I think season 2 is fucking terrible.
I actually like season 2, but I get the flaws.
Drugs. It is.
Colin Farrell was
okay. We'll save it all.
He was fine
for the new one.
But before we leave this, Kit, I still don't know how this man works in Hollywood. He sucks ass at everything except playing David Koresh.
All right. The Gremlins. Oh, hey, T.
The animation is atrocious.
I haven't even watched that myself. Is it just like some computer animated monstrosity?
I just saw a poster. I didn't watch any motion stuff. So
yeah, it's too bad. Too bad. But what hopefully is not too bad is our first movie of the evening, which is it's a 2021 remake, but just went up on Screambox, so most American viewers will be watching it for the first time, and that is the remake of Cube from director Yasuhiko Shimizu. And in this remake, without remembering how they got there, several strangers awaken in a prison of cubic cells, some of them booby-trapped. The prisoners must use their combined skills if they are to escape with their lives. All right, so a little bit of background because I'm a Cube super fan. When that film came out in '97 and I saw it, it legitimately blew my mind. It's one of my favorite science fiction movies of the '90s period. I just gelled with that movie so much. The plot twist, the surprising character turns, just everything about that movie just rocked. And it was a small release that it opened on 16 theater screens, and somehow, some way, it built up this huge cult following and
home video.
Home video, Sci-Fi Channel. The people that saw it on Sci-Fi Channel, I mean, my God, you think you're tuning into some standard original, and then you get Cube. I mean, holy shit. And can't lie, I mean, when I heard about this a few years ago now that it was happening, I was like, why? Like, I don't think there's a whole lot to fix with Cube, personally. Some people have pointed out some more theatrical, some would say overacting from some of the characters, but I think that kind of fit the bizarre tone and world of that movie.
Member Barry's Forgiveness. That's cool, Dan.
Not Member Barry's Forgiveness. I stand by it. I fucking love Cube.
I
should also say, because not a lot of people realize this, Cube actually was inspired by a short film called Elevated, which David Hewlett was also in. It's about 3 people trapped in an elevator where there's an alleged monster on the outside. You have to watch it to see if there is or isn't. But if you are a fan of Cube, I do recommend tracking down Elevated to give that a look. But the problem I always had with the Cube franchise is we get the sequels and they just start explaining too much. Cube works best is just being more ambiguous.
I've never seen the sequels.
I'd say maybe you can watch 2 Hypercube, but
see,
I don't know. You get to 3 and it's just like, okay, this is just any other sci-fi thing now.
I'd still like to do a franchise show, especially.
I was gonna say if and when we do that, I'll save it till whenever we do that. Then a couple years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it ruins anything. I mean, I don't know. For me, they were kind of unnecessary.
I agree with that, but I still think they're entertaining.
We'll see. I haven't rewatched the sequels in a long time, but the J-horror remake kind of made me, I don't know, I was a little bit intrigued, and we'll jump right into it. All right, so it repeats a lot of the same beats. It's not shot for shot, but it follows many of the same storyline beats, including the opening where we get the Julian Richings character, not him, but essentially the same character. The actual
Asian Beavis and Butthead guy.
The actual kill is a little bit different. It's kind of cool. Like, I'm glad they changed it up a little bit, because when they were opening, I'm like, oh, are we just doing the same kill? You're not going to do that any better. That opening of Cube is iconic. I mean, it's on the poster art. So they change it up. It's a little different. And as we kind of go into it, one thing that I really did not like is the flashbacks, which are not it when we actually show them outside the cube in their real lives. I thought they overdid that. It didn't work for me. Yes, it makes the movie different, which is important because, again, you're messing with something that, in my opinion, is pretty close to perfect. I don't know. It just took me out of it. I don't want any glimpse of the outside. We never should have gotten that in these sequels anyways.
But isn't the argument for that? I mean, it's different. It's for a different culture that actually feels more J-horror.
I don't think that's a cultural thing.
No, I know, but no, the way you're taking in the information, it's like,
sure, isolation's universal though.
I'm not talking about that part of it. Yes.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't hate this movie, believe it or not. I do think it's probably better than the sequels, but I didn't quite, and I won't reveal obviously the plot twists and everything. We kind of get some of the same characters, but
I was disappointed. I wanted my 27 gumballs.
Yes, we don't really get Kazan, who is the autistic character from the original. I was kind of thinking like there's one character that has some of the similar characteristics, but it's not him. I have no issues with that. Like I said, if you just repeat those exact same beats, then again, you kind of get into the what's the point territory. We do kind of have like the Ren character, kind of, sort of. We get, like I said, it is very similar. The boot test that they do in the original movie.
Yeah.
And if anybody's watching this that wants to go into this before watching the original Cube, please don't.
I agree with that. Watch the original Cube first. I co-sign the fuck out of that.
They do change up some of the traps. Some of them I liked, some of them not so much. There's kind of like this, I don't know, I guess you would say like sort of spiked contraption that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's I would say not as iconic on the gore.
That was like
front.
some Silent Hill shit with the barbed wire, but like thorns.
It looked like branches to me, like tree branches almost.
Yeah, I went with thorns, but yeah.
Did you like that?
Black metal writing.
Yeah.
Did I like that? It was fine, but it didn't look good, which was a problem.
Yeah, that was my thing. Everything looks great in the original Cube, but did you like it, Todd?
I did actually like it, but the opening CG was kind of rough. I mean, and it's spotty throughout. I didn't rewatch Cube. I had planned on it because we had talked about doing a franchise show, and then we switched things up, and so I didn't rewatch any of the other ones. And I don't know if that helped or not, but I recognized a lot of it. It felt familiar, but it was also different. I do love the original one. It's not as good, but I get where Dan says we're like could be better than some of the sequels. To me, it almost feels like it could just be a part of the universe, but not because of the similarities. But it's worth a watch. I mean, it's on Screambox. There's a lot, worse things you could watch on that or Shudder.
I'm
for sure.
I'm with Todd here because I enjoyed it. I don't love it, but I don't love the original Cube either. I think it's really good. My favorite story, actually, that's similar to this, has been The Platform. Since I've seen that, I fucking love that movie. The Spanish one, but similar themes and goals and whatever. I did not mind the flashbacks. What I did mind was when the characters can see the flashback. I fucking hated that. That part I was like, you almost had me. How is this imaginary person? How are we watching this? Right. I should be able to see this.
Yeah, there were some things that didn't make sense when you really.
But the hand reaching out part, like I don't want to give anything away, but the hand part, I was like, okay, this is powerful stuff. I wish we would have found a better way to get here, but this part's really good.
Yeah.
But I think it's inoffensive, and hopefully the native tongue people find this interesting and they watch the original. So I think it's cool.
I think incorporating the prime numbers, I would have just did away with that. Like that was another where I was like, you're getting a little bit too similar now between that.
I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. There's a structure there that you should follow most of it. That might, they put some stuff out of place. That's not a spoiler, but if it's a remake, they're gonna have to hit certain notes for it to count. Not to share the same name.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have come up with another realization for them to potentially maybe not beat the traps, but
and also these people are gonna have a problem with math. Get out of here.
Okay. They just beat it in 2 minutes and the movie's over. Yeah, I don't know. I'm almost talking myself into being more disappointed in it than I am.
You usually do.
That's par for the course.
Like the more I'm thinking about it,
I'm glad it's finally getting some self-realization here. Right. Fucking asshole.
Well, I will say the endings is different. So the final destination is a little bit different. They do add a certain element. Maybe this will continue with more stories. It's possible.
I'm fine with that. I like the comp. I like the setup. I like the.
I'm in for this version of Cube 2 more than I was the other one. Although I just never got around to it.
Yeah, it can't beat the original, but I think maybe they're on a path that they can be a lot better than the two sequels. Mm-hmm. We'll see. But there was some CG, like some of the laser stuff looked cheap.
As long as I don't get taken out of it, I can forgive a lot if you're giving me something complex.
Yeah.
The only problem I had was the thorny branch looking thing. The laser was all right. The fire stuff was kind of cool, but the memory thing bothered me. The visual.
Yeah, that was kind of like I won't go on about it, but it did bug me.
Yeah, that's like breaking your suspension of disbelief with that.
Yeah.
Who put these cameras here? Were we in a documentary the whole time? No.
It's a Truman Show reveal.
Interesting.
How that ends. Jim Carrey thinks he's like escaped the town and it just splits.
He has to get to the cube. I have a question for you, Dan, before we start rating this. Would you be interested?
Checkmate, motherfucker.
Would you be interested in a Cube TV show?
No.
No?
No, because I mean, why? Like,
so you can spend more claustrophobic time and getting to know these people, like maybe like a 6 to 8 episode miniseries, and that's
I want it from HBO Max. I wanted to go 8 seasons.
Excuse me, Max.
No, sorry, I want to be on Max. I wanted to go 8 seasons.
One cube is one season. One room.
No, they never get out of the cube. Then it gets canceled in season 8. And everyone's pissed off. They never got out. That's all I want.
The cube is not interesting once you're outside of it. It doesn't work.
They never get out. They're stuck in the cube for 8 seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. We just do Lost.
Yeah, I was just talking about one room, one episode, and then
that works.
Yeah. But do yourself a favor if you haven't, go watch the original Cube. All right, so let's go ahead.
Which is streaming on pretty much everything, by the way.
I believe it's on Tubi right now too.
Yeah, Tubi, Roku.
You know what I found on Tubi the other day? Warriors of Virtue. Like, fuck yeah. Movie's terrible, but I love it. The toys were awesome.
That being awful. I know it was a notorious flop, but
it's not good. I saw it as an adult, dude, like recently. Or not.
Yeah, well, it's a kid's movie, I know.
The member berries, dude. At the toys. The fucking Xena rings is shit. Any fucking way, the cube. Cube.
All right, so
what do you give it, Dan?
I'm at 3.
Oh, higher than I expected. Pugs?
I'm actually a 3 too. Right on.
I'm a 3.5.
Out of 5.
Yes, out of 5.
And the original movie is perfect to me, so it is a decline still. But
Slasher home video, Super Cube, 100 people in one cube.
What about Human Centicube?
So what's the gimmick though?
They have to escape. They have to escape the cube while being
work together,
ass to mouth.
Okay. And if they get to the end, they get unsewn, and then Martin comes and have sex with them.
Or there's just one room they go into, and it's just Martin sewing them together.
Oh my god! If we can just watch Martin watching them, I love Martin.
I mean, like I like with the concept, like I always say, escape room. It's kind of like gives me that, room to room feel that we don't get because we don't get new Cube movies anymore. Even the shitty ones.
I would actually like to combine Cube and Hellraiser, and like all of a sudden, this is what they have to go through to come out as a fucking Cenobite. Just like different levels.
The actual lament configuration.
Just call it lament.
You could be on to something there.
Write it, Dan. Squid cubes.
Squid cubes.
Oh, because everything's fucking squared over there. Human Centipede is $1 million idea.
It is. That's why I'm the brain of the show here.
That's right. Fan that flame.
All my $1 million. Sorry. I agree.
The public speaks.
So, all right. Moving on to our Shudder original of the night, which is The Herd. I'm curious if you guys noticed something, but I'll read the synopsis first. This is from director Jeffrey A. Brown, and it follows Chloe Graydon undergoes an experimental procedure to restore her hearing. Soon she begins to suffer from auditory hallucinations related to the vanishing of her mother. All right. So this she gets this experimental procedure. She ends up staying alone at her dad's Cape Cod house, which during the season where nobody's really in this town, and she starts hearing voices and different phenomena with the static in her TV, and kind of a mystery. So I'm going to ask, did you recognize the lead actor?
Orange is the New Black. He had a big dick.
I don't know about that. Big dick. I don't know.
That was a big plot point in the show.
Did Chloe Lachlan Watson have a big
I'm
dick
sorry.
in
I'm
that show? I don't know.
Dude. Yeah. It's 2023, Dan. They can have it.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the male lead too.
Yeah, I did.
No.
That's what I was talking about.
The lead actor, Lachlan Watson. Glenn and Glenda. On
I was going to say Glenda. No, both, right?
I checked out, I'll be honest, after the Bound episode.
Okay, but that's not what I asked you. Okay.
I don't remember if they play both.
I think both.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that because I've kind of blocked out some of that season. To be honest, it kind of lost me. But
Living with Chucky is now also streaming on Screambox. I did see that.
That's a mockumentary, or what is that? Or
It's
it's
a
a doc.
Doc.
Doc. Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's worth checking out. It's pretty cool. But they do gloss over a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I'll catch up. I don't know. So we're talking mommy issues in the chat, and squid cubes. Yeah, I'm still.
All right, Dan,
I'm
your white
losing
showing.
my
Move
focus
along.
because I'm focusing on human centicube, Todd. The wheels are turning. So the Unheard. Back to the Unheard. Well, hot tag, Pugs. What did you think? Because I'm kind of curious on this one.
I found the runtime offensive. That this did not need to be 2 hours and 5 minutes. When I do see that runtime, I'm like, okay, hope for the best. About 20 minutes in, I'm like, this is not worth the time. We could already shave some of this bullshit off. But there is a cool story in there. They just fattened that thing way the fuck up. I like the visuals of the sounds mixing in with the memory thing that was going on. And the ending, it was suspenseful enough, but honestly, if you're going to make me spend 2 hours and 5 minutes, it better be worth it. It was not. I don't feel like I wasted all my time. I just think they could have fucking trimmed the fat down and it would have been a lot better. Acting was fine. I guess the story's cool. Just it should have been better. I visually it is nice, but as a whole, it's just okay. What about you, Todd?
Todd.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay.
I didn't look at the runtime ahead of time. I'm just like, all right, do Shudder.
Yeah.
And I don't know what point I checked. I was like 90 fucking minutes left.
Yeah,
that's a little early, but
I was already
check out.
I was already it wasn't.
I didn't check out then, but I was clock watching. I was like, okay, we do something. And then they try to give us the red herring with. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm like, I'm not buying this at all. That seems pretty natural.
There were mixed reviews. This director also made Beach House for Shudder, which I like that one actually. I was in the liked it camp. It's the Lovecraftian beach.
I think I remember liking that one too.
Yeah, I think that's. So this one, I guess I would pitch it as Sound of Metal with a Todd thrown in the mix. I guess.
Take that off my name.
So Lachlan Watson's really good. Like if we're gonna spend 2 hours 5 minutes with the character, there's at least that.
I'd rather hang out with a guy.
The problem with this is a very basic script. Don't pad shit out like this. We keep repeating a loop. It's like, okay, I get it. You've already established this now. She hears weird shit. Like, let's move this plot along. And it's also predictable. One character basically gives away their motivations really early on. The red herrings were a little bit obvious. They can do better with that. I knew exactly where this was going. And that's a problem when you're dealing with a 2 hours plus movie. This had no excuse. You could have told this whole story in 70 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And would have been fine.
We would have been way more friendly to this fucking thing.
Yeah, because it wasn't a miserable watch. It's just I can't really recommend it to anybody for that reason. If you've watched any horror movie, you know exactly where it's going to end. You know what's going to happen with this particular character who tips their hat way early. You kind of know the red herrings. I mean, this whole movie already unfolded in my head, and we weren't even halfway through this excessive running time. Some people might find it kind of cool at the beginning. Like I said, I was intrigued enough at the beginning. The VHS tapes, shout out for The Brain That Wouldn't Die. I love that movie, and it's always cool seeing a callback to that. But beyond that, nothing particularly interesting happens. Like even in the finale, I'm kind of like, I don't know if you fully even resolved all this. Like I wanted a little bit more. I mean, they did, but I mean, like, again, I don't want to spell it out, but I think what she was making contact with could have been incorporated a little bit better. The ending's just very like,
you know what though? I was happy it ended, so that's not a good sign.
Yeah. It's not an open ending or anything. It's just unfortunately I didn't dig this, but I do recommend Beach House from this director. I enjoyed that quite a bit. So with that being said, let's go ahead and rate it. What say you, Pugs?
I was going back and forth between a 2 and a 1.5. I think I'm gonna go with the 1.5 just because of that fucking runtime. The stabbings were cool. 1.5 out of 5. Yeah.
This might be perfectly acceptable to some viewers, but yeah, I gotta go a 1.5 too, actually, because it's just it doesn't respect my time.
Mm-hmm.
Todd.
I am a 1 out of 5. Yeah, didn't like it.
You really hated it, Todd. I like the lead.
We're only half a rating point different, right?
I know, but I
really hate it, like half a point different. It's not like you had a 4 and I had a 1.
But surely we're gonna like the next movie because it's Ed Gein the musical. That must be a guarantee. So,
Well, remember this title also has a big important status because I swore off buying SRS movies after I got burned on that one fucking hot tub one. So I gave them another chance. They got 2 shots. Let's see if they made it off. If my grudge is over. My one-sided grudge.
I am a big Ed Gein fanboy too, so
I know you are.
Let's see how this goes.
Let's see. So, all right. Ed Gein the musical from SRS Cinema. It's actually a 2010 film.
Really? I didn't check that part out.
It's at least screened some places, but I'm assuming most people are seeing it for the first time through the SRS release. And it is from director Steve Russell and writer Dan Davies, who also plays Ed Gein. And I kind of smell bullshit on this, but there is something about him being a descendant of the sheriff, I believe, that took Ed Gein down. That sounds awfully convenient. And I'm going to say probably a load of horse shit, but hey, maybe.
Even if it's true, what the fuck does that matter?
I don't know. I saw it, but all right. So Ed Gein the Musical is a micro-budget horror musical produced in Wisconsin near the actual location of Gein's home and crimes. This sick, twisted romp through Ed's imagination. The soundtrack includes parodies of vintage popular classics. Ed Gein the Musical manages to be both a wild fantasy and the most historically accurate film about the time around his capture. Boy, that's the
bullshit
stage. Pugs. Well, you are the Ed Gein aficionado. What's
Look, dude, I like
musicals.
Yeah, Ed Gein, sure. Dude, what the fuck? I think Big T actually said that in the chat earlier. What the fuck were they thinking with this shit, man? Like, okay, it should be if you want to do this as a musical, there is so much more you could have done with this than just rip off poorly, like Grease, fucking Willy Wonka. The best fucking song they had in the movie is At the Credits. Like, I had a rough time watching this. I had a hard time believing he's Ed Gein because Ed Gein was nowhere near that shape, or he also had most of his hair, unlike what we were dealing with. Also the time frame is wrong. Like, it should be cold. He went to buy antifreeze when he got caught. What are we fucking doing here? I want to forgive it a lot just for having the balls to make a musical about Ed Gein, but if you're gonna have the balls to do it, please do it right. Like, what the fuck is this? Is just bad. It's fucking bad.
When are they gonna make my? When are we gonna make my idea for a Leonard Lake Charles Ng Christmas special?
Whenever we can make it happen.
Let's do it, and we can show these fuckers that it's gonna be a musical now, just to prove a fucking point.
I don't know about a musical. We can have a musical number. We need.
You know what? Let's do 3 like Bollywood.
Ing has to like sing.
That's going to be the hardest one to cast. Unless Dan Pugs, you want to play him?
Sure.
I don't
Just
know.
make sure it's always sunny.
I could probably pull off Lake, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I was already cast you as Lake.
Sort of, yeah. All right. So,
why do you think we didn't talk about him?
We'll have to. Maybe we'll talk to if we get Slava back on the show. We'll have some volunteers for.
There you go. We got our DP.
There you go. Definitely. So, yeah, you touched on some of it, Pugs. Like the filming locations. I mean, they might have been accurate, as in where they shot
Still
today,
too
but
modern.
they lack that cold, stark look. Like I did not feel it at all. And obviously this is more of a comedy, sort of.
Then lean into it. That was another fucking issue, Dan. Yeah. pick one.
Yeah, it kind of felt almost, it's very like theatrical, like somebody tried to do this as like an off Broadway play, and it doesn't quite, they didn't quite have the chops to pull it off. I thought a couple of the songs were, reasonably clever takes on popular, already popular songs. I got over it really fast as we keep going on in this movie, which is not excessively long, but the Leave It to Beaver parody just was a groan inducer. The Barbershop Quartet. I mean, again, fishing to try and say something nice about it. Hard Knock Life in the Asylum. I thought, okay, like at least some of the songs have some effort put into it. But you're right. I never bought it.
I can come over that shit real quick.
I'll put it to you like this. We talk a lot about these meme movies where it's just like Sharkula. And it's just like they put no effort. It's a shark puppet on a hand.
No, coming soon.
Yeah, the cover art is the biggest laugh you're going to have, and they put like very little effort into the movie sometimes.
Are you defending this, Dan?
I'm just saying it's not as horrific as you guys are.
I haven't said a word yet.
Not defending it. I do not like the movie. I won't watch it again. But there were a few moments that were clever.
It's far between. But to answer Big T's question, for me, the one with Steve Railback, the 2001.
I think that's going to be all of our favorite.
Deranged.
That's not on here.
Yeah.
Read the question, Dan.
2000 version
out loud.
You're not giving us the option, T? All right. Which is your favorite? The Ed Gein biopic, the 2000 version, or the Kane Hodder one? Yeah, I mean, Railsback out of that. But Deranged. See, Deranged.
I'm not going to argue. Deranged is fucking awesome.
That's obviously the number one choice if we're giving that as an option.
That's such
or is it? Is
not
it
everybody's watched Deranged. It is not Ed Gein the musical. I didn't buy the guy's Ed Gein. It's too clean looking.
Okay, my turn.
Go.
They are off my band list.
You're on drugs.
I was on drugs.
Honestly, those are good.
I enjoyed Demented Things in some of the other songs. They were familiar. And yes, we could have done way better on the parodies. But it was just, I think, like, I know you guys are like the look, the time period. It's one of those like Zed's Dead. You either gotta just gotta accept that we're in a low budget world that's not screen accurate, or you don't, and then it's So
I can accept Zed's Dead way more. I know. This. Yeah, okay.
I get it, but I don't know. I thought it was just dumb, like in a good way.
Oh, see, I thought it was dumb in a mediocre way. I think I'm just and I don't like to judge movies on potential of like, oh, in my brain, it could have been this way, because that's not really that fair. But what I got was kind of crap. So, but there's so much fucking potential there.
Oh, yeah. 100%. There's a better version of this movie out there. But
Big T hasn't seen Deranged. Get on that ASAP.
Deranged is a horror classic. That and Death Dream. It always bothers me when people haven't seen that and Death
Which one?
Dream. Death Dream. 74.
Yes. Ben's asking if this is a Screambox thing. No, this is to get the Blu-ray. It's directly from SRS right now. It's coming to DVD soon. I want to say in the next couple weeks. And I don't know. Does SRS stuff end up on Tubi eventually? I think it does.
I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like anything in this budget range does eventually.
I don't want to take money out of these people's pockets, but I wouldn't buy this. And I'm a big Gein guy.
Here's the difference last time when I felt like I was screwed over with that hot tub movie with no nakedness, even though anyway, and like I paid $30 for it. So I was like $30 plus shipping. So I was like,
all right, $5.
This, yeah, right. No, even if I would have paid the $20 I paid for this,
it will be on DVD.
Yes, Dan, I did say it would be on DVD. As he's
It'll
frozen.
probably be in like a 3-movie collection. Just wait a minute, and you might get it that way.
I don't see SRS popping up in any collections like that.
Oh yeah, they do their own collections. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Within, I thought you're talking like Echo Bridge or something like that.
No. It just Amazon. Yeah. I guarantee
they do a lot of double features. Yeah,
this will be paired with some other stuff. I mean, like I said, there's a few moments where I was like, "Fuck, is this goddamn thing gonna end?" But then I'll get something a little bit clever. A few of my favorite things, a few of my demented things. That I was kind of humming that a little bit. So, like I said, there's not much here, but it's not god awful. The Lampshade song I thought was kind of fun. But
I just dropped the Spotify soundtrack in the chat if anyone wants to get a sample. Brian Trash asks,
"You're killing me.
Where's Kruger?"
Hey, Brian.
I think the threat of having to watch this movie kept him off the show tonight.
Yes. It's busy killing somebody, probably.
Hey, don't rat our boy out.
Right?
Pile driving somebody into submission at the moment.
Again, don't rat our boy out.
When he says into submission, I'm just thinking of
the Dolphins.
That was a callback, Todd.
So you knew what you were doing. Okay.
I don't think this is going to be what most.
Oh, wait. Time out. Pugs doesn't get to answer this question. No, I will. What's the best horror musical? Pugs?
Fuck. I'm thinking.
Dan's. Dan, you want to go?
It's probably the Christmas one.
No.
Well, I love Poultrygeist.
See, that's the one I thought he was going to pick.
Hey. Since it's mentioned in the chat here, Toxic Avenger, Ben Grimm says, Todd, did you see my new shirt? Kind of proud of this one.
Hey, all right.
Nice.
Pretty cool Toxic Avenger shirt.
Which version of the Toxic Avenger musical? One of them I really don't like. They changed the story, and it's a whole different. Yeah. Didn't like. Yeah, we all went, and Andre went and saw it. I was like, this isn't the way I should.
I apologize. I don't know. I think Repo the Genetic Opera is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Repo a lot.
But also it's like more towards like heavier music. I don't know. I can't answer off the fly. I will say my favorite one that had
too.
Yeah, that's good, but it's not. That wouldn't be at my top. The one that hasn't been filmed is Reanimator the musical. If that was filmed, that's that hands down. I went like 3 or 4 times.
He didn't say anything about a film.
Oh, well then fucking A. Reanimator the musical. Easy. Like no one even comes close. That shit was a masterpiece. It's fucking amazing. Did you ever go, Todd?
I haven't seen it.
Dude. When I went to the my first showing, I don't think it was like the second time. Stuart Gordon was there and I got him to sign a playbill. It was fucking cool. Man, they should fucking film that, damn it.
That would be awesome if something like that was playing when I was down there.
Well, yeah. I'm Little Shop of Horrors. I mean.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you still have to have a talk with me about would I rate the movie? Not a 5.
Yes.
Am I the only one not a big Phantom of the Paradise guy?
No.
You're carburetors, dude. How dare both of you?
No. I thought you were going to say a different one. I'm not huge on it, but I do enjoy it. I don't
like it a lot.
Yeah. I think it's
sorry,
better than Rocky
Lauren,
Horror.
If Lauren's listening. No, Lauren's. I like
Rocky Horror is a shit.
I'm not a Rocky Horror aficionado at all, but I like it probably the music's more catchy than Phantom of the Paradise.
See, I like the music better than the other one.
Ben Grimm, I heard Beetlejuice musical is awesome. I'm going in June or July. I forgot which one. Whenever it's here, I'm gonna go.
You get all the cool shit, Bugs.
Big T, Rocky Horror all the way. Yeah, we should kind of pick up the pace.
Yeah, let's pick up the pace. All right, so we didn't rate this yet though.
Yeah. It's part of picking
half star out of 5.
I'm a 1.5. I didn't love it, but there's a little bit there. It's not god awful. There's some thought put into this at least.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Okay.
Like while I did have fun with it, I was enhanced. If I play that in there, it'd be above average. But I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Brian Trash, that's what I thought Dan was gonna say. Annie and the Apocalypse.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I listened to that soundtrack quite a bit. So Anna and the Apocalypse is great.
Jamie Hart says the Apple. If none of you know that one
from Canon.
Yeah, the Apple is like
another one of the biggest
musical.
flops.
It's known as a bad movie, but it's kind of a must-watch. It's unique. I have it on Blu-ray. I like it too. I don't know. Again, musicals. It depends how much you're into the music, though. At the end of the day,
that's my problem. My music taste is very limited, so it has to be something else about. Like I saw Little Shop of Horrors. I was still a kid, so my music tastes weren't like there. But that actually does kind of line up with where my music tastes go. There you go.
Big T says now we're gonna have to do our own Tony Collette Flesh Moon Tony Collette Awards. I added the Collette. Cannibal
Dan's counting down the days to Mafia Mama.
Yeah, Tony Collette's in it. I'll see it. I don't know if
That's
I'm gonna get to
hilarious.
see that before I leave, though. I'm so busy before I get out there. But all right. So moving on to our next movie, which is a Screambox original. It is an Austrian film, Family Dinner, from writer-director Peter Hengel. And in Family Dinner, an overweight teenager spends the holidays at her aunt's farm in hope of getting help to lose weight. But soon after her arrival, she begins to suspect that something is very, very wrong at this place. All right, so Pugs, what did you think? We've kind of had a wave of
The tidal wave.
Well, food / fat exploitation movies.
I was gonna say like the one movie we all fucking loved.
Piggy,
Yeah.
the Spanish horror film. Flux Gourmet, which I didn't
Still
love
haven't seen it. So. But did
and
I?
The Menu, of course, the Menu.
There was no fat girl in there though.
Well, they're not. I said food /
Oh.
fat exploitation. Yeah, we've had a lot of food.
Why do they have to be the same thing, Dan?
There's also Le Grand Bouffe. If you go back, I never thought I'd be able to talk about that one. But, Le Grand Bouffe. I sound like a proper critic saying that. But anyways, sort of.
Lame.
Better looking than your typical Ebert, I think. But it's in my jaw.
You still got your jaw. For now, until Hardcore Hillbilly knocks that shit off.
The clock is ticking. Maybe we can ask the body to do a different spot on you if you prefer.
I am good.
Okay, so you're good with your slap fight? Okay.
I am not good with either one.
Well, you got to pick one.
Nothing bad will happen to my dick or my beautiful face at California too. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to have to get rough, but I'm willing to.
Don't make
calling you out, Hardcore Hillbilly.
I am not calling anybody out.
I'm gonna put a bounty on your head, Dan.
I am
that bounty you should be afraid of.
Lover, not a fighter. So there you go. All right. So
I'll have one of the women take you out. Got
it. Okay. Might be okay with that. All right. So Pugs,
we're gonna make it all awkward with these.
He's like, so you got bitch, hit me harder, spit on it. What were we talking about? The family
dinner. Yes.
The fat girl trying to lose weight with her aunt. It's all right. Like I did really dig the look and vibe of the movie. Pacing. No, actually, you know what? Looking back, I do actually like this movie. My bad. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Oh, where we end up at the end? Fucking good shit. Kind of saw it coming a little too early, but the delivery or the destination that we got to, I was like, all right, this is kind of hard. I felt bad for the fat girl again. Like they, I don't know, fat phobic or whatever the fuck their shit is. I don't have that. I don't give a shit. I embrace my fatness. I give zero fucks. So, but I do feel bad for people who can't handle it. And she's one of those. The religious aspect was kind of gnarly. Yeah, it was a fun Easter watch. How about that? But yeah, I wouldn't like rate it super high, but I do think it's worth checking out, especially since you can just press play like on Screambox. So
yeah, well, Todd, go for it.
Right? Was this one Shudder or Screambox?
Shudder, no, Screambox.
Screambox.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that this was another one. I was kind of like, it was all right. I wish there was a little bit more Easter to it, but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, it just made me want to watch Peggy.
Yeah, I do want them to go like to fat camp together. Let's get a Heavyweights United.
Heavyweights is a horror. Like you redo that as like a slasher, you get Ben Stiller in it again.
Only if he's a Buddhist and he tells one of those kids to suck my tongue.
I don't know what's wrong with that. I saw that.
You don't know what's wrong?
Like, no, I know. I don't know what's wrong with the world. Is what I was saying.
Oh, the way it cut out, I was like, you told a 9-year-old boy it's like an 87-year-old man's tongue. A religious figure of all people.
And I was like, he's doing it with cameras on him. What the fuck is wrong with everybody? I don't know. It's weird. So, anyways,
Heavyweights
tongue sucking aside. Yeah. So I really liked the atmosphere, the acting. I basically loved everything except the story. Yeah, really. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah. I really like this dynamic with the aunt, who's popular author of this cooking book. You don't quite know what her health book. You don't quite know what her methods are. If you're a seasoned horror fan, you know immediately what's going on. It is so fucking obvious what subgenre this movie is going to end up falling in. So that was the issue. It's just like I really am engaged to see if this poor girl, Simi, who's played by Nina Kathleen, who's really good. Wanted her to make it out safe. You can watch it and see if she does or not. The aunt, I thought, again, really good, kind of sinister. You don't know her motivations. She played it well. And pretty much every actor in this hit it perfectly. There's
one line here though where I'm like, this is why this movie was made, and I won't give it away, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's just, again, I know there's no spoiling it. If you watch a lot of horror movies, you know exactly what's going on, and that's just an issue. But I still liked it. I can't be too kind to it because it's just, I'm way ahead of the story again, and that's just kind of an issue. And I don't think, I say we watch a lot of horror movies, I don't think you have to know what the twist is here at all. I was like,
oh, I can see some people not following along.
Maybe, but I don't know. There's a
Dan's superior intellect disagrees.
Oh, yeah.
We should all know.
Well, I didn't say it, but if you want to say it, that's okay.
It shows, Dan.
But
see your hood over there.
I don't know. I a little bit better of a story, but I think Piggy is the one. If you want a good fatsploitation movie, check that out. Fatsploitation. We need to make that the new thing. We've had decent run of that the last year, so
I don't know why, but just triggered a memory. I just saw a shirt that says, "I'm too fat to run. I will fight." I was like that. Like, yeah, I've been there. I don't want to run.
You're getting those in your Facebook feed now too. I got the other one that says, "I'll shoot." So,
well, a little too close. But yeah, I do that too. Give a shit how old you are.
All right, let's go ahead and rate it. What say you, Pugs?
Even though I was kind of like a little more mean than I meant to come off. I'm a 3 out of 5. I think it's worth checking out. Again, especially it's on Screambox. It's inexpensive. Time it wasn't that long, so that was good. Yeah, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm the same on this one. Well, not the same rating, but I think it's worth your time, worth the one-time watch at least. I'm a 2.5, right in the middle.
Mr. Dan.
Okay, I'm a 3 because I did like it, but it's all very obvious. But it's a one-time watch, unfortunately. So, but I'll revisit Piggy and The Menu.
Yeah.
So there you go. But I enjoyed it better than Flux Gourmet. That movie
did you get a cheeseburger?
Unique, but I didn't love it.
Did you get a cheeseburger after?
Yeah. How do you not get it?
You had to, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to TV Terror Talk. And before we do that, once again, we will be live in just under an hour now, once again, with The Body on Squared Circle Society. So if you have your questions, if you're unaware, you may or may not want to see it, but he was viral on wrestling Twitter. He was the talk of the wrestling world, but you might squirm a little bit to see the dick spot, the needle dick spot.
So are we supposed to chant needle dick now?
I think that's supposed to be a thing.
Okay. We gotta make needle dick a thing.
I mean, that should be a shirt. Well, we'll talk.
I got an idea now. Damn it. Well, I'm gonna have Dan's assistant, so we might be able to pull something off.
Not involving my dick getting stapled to something or impaled.
Not everything's about your little dick, Dan. No one cares. You are getting slapped, though.
I'm not getting slapped. All right, so we're going to talk TV Terror Talk. Slasher Ripper. This is actually season 5. And just debuted. Shudder original series. And
new episode tomorrow.
Yeah. A new episode tomorrow. We'll be talking about the first 2. Episode 1 is The Slaughterhouse, which follows Toronto's elites are thrown into a panic when a member of the upper crust is badly murdered. A killer dubbed the Widow is on the loose, and Detective Kenneth Rikers is assigned to help the victim's wife, Regina Simcoe, find closure.
Sherlock Homeboy.
I just got to know, is there a way to be goodly murdered?
I don't know. I mean, you can do it
badly murdered.
Well, there's definitely some badly. There's a lot of rectal trauma this season. The Widow likes to shove things up your ass in this.
Coming soon to California too. Rectal trauma.
Oh, he's gonna take a needle in the ass.
Well, no, I was talking about G Raver when he took the light tube that spot, but
Brian Trask, Prince Albert. No, dude, they treated his penis like the Romans treated Jesus. Just one time though.
Yeah, Big F and Joe versus The Body. If you haven't seen that clip, like I said, it's definitely not something we will be showing. It's goddamn.
Slasher asks, I've only watched the first episode so far. Are we doing spoilers?
Yes, normally we talk
light spoilers. I don't think
you don't have to just rate or grade the spoilers. He asked a yes or no question. The answer is yes.
So there, we're gonna put the spoiler bar up.
Nothing, yeah, but
we won't say anything yet. But if you need to dip out, we'll be live at the top of the hour too.
Yeah, don't miss it. Have your questions for The Body. So, all right. So Slasher Ripper. We do get Eric McCormick, who's the most famous cast member. He plays Basil Garvey, the paper editor. And we get a lot of returning faces if you're familiar with Slasher. I should say you don't need to see the previous seasons. It's all
which is good. I've never seen them.
You don't. Doesn't matter. You get some of the same actors that pop up in the series, but it's never connected, which is nice. You can jump in anywhere you please. Last season, of course, Flesh and Blood, David Cronenberg was really good. So let's see. We're only 2 episodes in, but I'm curious. So far, how's it holding up, gentlemen?
For me, this is my first toe dip into the slasher world. I do think I started slasher back when it was on Chiller, but then I just fell off any fucking way.
Yeah, went Chiller to Netflix and now Scream.
Yeah, it's had an interesting run.
Shudder, yeah. I'm liking it for the most part. I will say Sherlock Homeboy is to me unrealistic. The first medic person we see,
very Canadian.
Sure, yeah,
but yes,
the killer, the widow, whatever the fuck.
Sherlock Homeboy got me on delay.
Okay, well, good. Yeah, I like the look of the widow. I think that's cool. And the first kill we get is gnarly, and the first tableau we get is gnarly too. So I do think it's worth checking out just for those. The story is good enough for me to wait to go to the next kill. I am curious if they're going to add a supernatural element to this. I don't know if Slasher normally does. Did you
watch both episodes?
Yeah. Are we not talking about both?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think he's saying the answer is in one of those episodes.
What, is it confirmed though? Because it could be trickery.
It could be.
Well, we'll find out after. But that story is kind of interesting. But I like being on the streets with these fucking people, the sex workers. I really liked one of the characters. I'm not gonna say who. But no, I'm in for it. How many episodes are we getting?
I want it. Is it 6 or
9?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And then it's somewhere in that range.
Okay, so it's not going to be dragged out too long because it seems like it's moving at a nice pace, which is good.
I'm trying to check how many were last season.
As of right now, though, it's probably too obvious, but fucking Next Generation homegirl, she's just forefront runner as who I think might be doing
Birdie, the young sister. You mean?
No, the trans person with the scars.
Look, I don't know. I'm thinking.
I think it's too obvious though. But
red herring.
Yeah, but as of right now, I don't know who the killer is, so that's really really cool.
8 episodes. Total.
8 episodes. Okay, that's cool. I'm digging it so far. Although it looks a little too cheap and it doesn't match the time frame. Kind of like it's not as offensive as the Ed Gein musical to me.
It's Canadian.
Yeah, you are correct. Like now,
who else talks about Toronto other than Canadians?
Toronto.
This is one of these shows that definitely seems to ignore the aesthetics and just the look of the time period in general, the hairstyles, the selective accents, which is weird. It's like some people are doing like an English type accent, others are not. Tattoos, which aren't really a big thing at that time.
The
gender roles.
Sherlock Homeboy,
race roles,
the gender roles.
No, honestly, I like cool for representation and stuff, but this shit takes me out of it. Like it's unrealistic to me.
Well, yeah, at that time, it's certainly
period piece. Yes.
The actors are all. I really enjoy the actors, but I was kind of like, did you guys catch some of the Sleepaway Camp homages? The sister, kind of a callback to the aunt and Sleepaway Camp dialogue taken like right from Sleepaway Camp.
No, I didn't.
That was fun.
Awesome. I did not.
I caught it and I was like, oh, where do I? She's quoting something. It didn't hit me right away, and then I'm like, oh, Sleepaway Camp. It's like taking it right from it too, which is really fun. Now I will say, maybe not being the most realistic in terms of the settings. I mean, the costumes, everything are good. We get some great practical effects and kills. I know Kruger couldn't be here tonight, but I know he loves this.
Oh, I know he must have had a fucking hard on for
at
least one of those.
And it's practical, it's nasty, and it's a highlight. It's a fun whodunit mixed with when it comes down to it, some really gory kills. Not nonstop, but they earn it, and it's really nice.
It's worth the wait.
Yeah, there's some overacting here and there, but it kind of fits it. Nothing really bothered me.
You know what's cracked me up? When one of the sisters brought out the whip. I'm like, you just keep that around this empty fucking house?
They're kinky. They're
Canadians.
No.
Yeah. Episode 1, which I like I said, I liked it in spite of it not being entirely realistic as a period piece. I still had a ton of fun with it.
Not everything has to be the fucking United Nations. Ugh.
Some people nowadays, for some of these stories, they just totally ignore it and do their own thing. It's cool. It does take me out of it a little bit too, but the good outweighs the bad for me with this series. I'm invested enough for sure to see who's behind it all. I'm going with the Verdi.
And then that's the young girl, right?
The young girl is being abused by the two sisters. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's her.
I don't know.
We'll see though.
Yeah. Chris says that the kills are the best thing about the show. Yeah, but I think it's a solid whodunit too, because I could see them going different directions, perhaps. But I'm going Verdi. That's my pick. I think there's going to be a big surprise, and she might. There've been a couple little like comments that make me believe there's more going on with her.
Very pretty.
Yeah, very pretty girl. So yeah, we get a lot of nasty kills. The pimp kill, which kind of still potentially makes sense. That was
I loved him. I was disappointed.
Oh man, the decapitation there, like holy crap, that was
left to right. Left to right.
All right, but episode 2, just moving on because we do have another show tonight. Painful Truth, where the widow strikes again. An intrepid newspaper editor, Enid Jenkins, is determined to capitalize on the murders. And
oh fuck! Before we move on, the coolest outfit besides the widow was the executioner. That was in the first episode, right? He's walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
That outfit fucking ruled. So just continue.
Yeah, no, it's kind of cool to see. We don't see a lot of this time period out of Canada, so it's still cool, even though they don't necessarily nail it. What did you think of episode 2?
Just like the first one. I mean, it's this kill wasn't as cool as the main kill in the first episode, but it was still unique enough to where, like, all right, I'm in. The plot's moving along just fine. I'm still not convinced about the supernatural stuff, but maybe we'll get, it has to be filled out.
It could be fuckery, I guess, but it didn't look like it was.
Is that word? But the Chris Angel character, I am intrigued.
he is interesting.
I liked his look. I was like, I do that with my eyes every now and again.
I kind of like we get the flashback 12 years earlier, and a guy seemingly wrongfully hung for murders. Enid responsible. Her testimony led to him being hung, and of course that kind of plays into it later in this episode.
But like that plays more into like my second front runner is that religious guy. I think he's might be the widow.
I think again a little bit too obvious. Although he's not a major character, so maybe
Ben Grimm, I'm into this season more than the ones I've seen prior of Slasher. Okay, better actors involved.
All right, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We're only 2 episodes in, so we'll
killing for Jesus.
So Enid does meet a really nasty fate in the press machine, which I thought that was cool.
Right.
Gore fans so far are not going to be disappointed in Slasher. They usually always deliver on that. I don't remember season 1 being as nasty, but of course, different channel.
On Chiller like that. Yeah, you can't do the same shit.
Yeah, I think
that was basically like being on a USA back then.
Yeah, I think there was some R-rated footage in the Blu-ray. I could be wrong. It's been a minute, but yeah, overall, I'm intrigued enough to keep watching. I'm with it for the long haul. There's a lot of interesting characters here. Maybe too many characters, but you need them for the body count.
Yeah. That's fine.
Need them for the body count. I really enjoy this. I really enjoyed last season. Slashers had a weird run, multiple channels, and it's still, chugging along, and I think that's awesome.
Kruger said I would like them, so I will get to them eventually. Just
Yeah, if you like a good whodunit, it's usually pretty good, and I think it gets better as we go along.
Well, that's because the first season is not your cup of tea. I think it will be Pugs. It's like the Scream show, but better.
I gotta finish that too. That's the one. I'm a bad Scream fan. I didn't finish.
Well, I even finished it.
Yeah.
It's better than that for sure.
Did you watch the Halloween special though, Dan, for the Scream one?
You cut out their time.
I said, did you watch the Halloween special for the Scream one that they did in between the last 2 seasons?
I don't think I did because I didn't catch it.
No, I was out after season 1.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Then
Scream,
okay.
I was out. Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess I could take spoilers down.
Yep. Obviously, we're not going to rate it because we're still in progress, so we'll see where we're at the end of it. But new episode tomorrow. So if you want to binge the first 3, you can make it a marathon tomorrow. I will be watching it. You know how I am.
Drop 2 at a time?
Oh, 2?
No. Oh, no, I was saying the first 4 seasons.
Episodes I'm talking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's only been 2. Yeah, 1 a week after the first week.
Yeah. So, guys, not to speed it up here, but we will be live again in about 40 minutes or so with the body. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, I will say this: there's a strong possibility that we might have to temporarily pull that episode for some edits. So you may want to listen to that one live. And
I just want to see Dan turn red, and it's not me.
Yes, so we will be live. We will also be live once again Friday night with our review of Renfield, Pope's Exorcist, and Nefarious. And not a whole lot of other shows before we'll be together in Los Angeles. So be a lot of live videos.
There will be the one Dan always ignores. Flesh Wound Farce will be as usual.
I said not a lot more, but yeah, there's more. Listen to the Kentucky Fried Movie episode of Farce if you haven't yet. And
see if you can find the Easter egg in the graphics.
Yes, absolutely.
Do they win a prize? Bragging rights.
If I say who it's directed by, you'll know what the Easter egg is.
Yes. You'll spot it, I'm sure. I know some people did. And yeah, on that note, guys, we'll see you back here in 40 minutes. You will not want to miss that episode of Squared Circle Society. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, probably be really good. So check that out.
Real quick, Ben said, I like the Halloween special where they dealt with the witch. That's the one I'm talking about that I was curious if Dan saw.
Nah, probably won't, to be honest. I was not engaged with the Scream series. All right. So yeah, guys, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1. Get on our Discord. That is free. And there's a lot of interaction with all sorts of different people, podcasters, and a lot of people are in there, and it's very active. So join it if you haven't. Discord's not hard. Even I know how to do it. And we hope to see you guys back here in 40 minutes. Enable notifications when we're in LA. There won't be a lot of notice. We might just be going live from Spawn Ranch or Dark Delicacies.
Dan keeps saying that. Like, I don't know if we're going there, Dan. Like, it's every time.
We're going to try. We might go to some locations either way. So
Dan's like, feeling like I'm obligated to fucking take him now.
You are obligated to take me to Spawn Ranch. Could be the last time we're together in California for a while. So got to make it happen. So on that note, guys, we'll see you back here in 40. Good night for now.
Good evening.
I'll see you in Disneyland.
Finally, I know how to end the show again.